What's up, guys? Jay from Thundercat Loft. I got some pigeons I need to band. So today I'm just coming in here and I just brought my bands out from in the house. Perth Amboy bands are white this year. And he actually gave me two sets. So this is a set from 63. It's like 76 to 63.99, and then over here we end with 6,900, but it's from 68.51 to 6,900. 68.52, 68.51. So two separate sets of numbers. I think I'm just gonna save this and might just like back up. I doubt I'll even use it. For a second I thought maybe my first rounders I would use the 63s, so I knew, but I'll just go with the 68s. And this year I'm trying to learn my lesson. So last year I opened it and then I dropped the bands. They just slid right out. So this year, see that? I tied it after about 10. After about 10 bands, I tied it. So this way, worst case scenario, if it falls, I'm only losing a few. And then when I open this up, I'll do the same thing. Because you see how long this is. To put all these in order, pain in the ass. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started and maybe film a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna put the camera away and see how it goes. Alright, there we go. First pigeon banded. And this guy, I mean, it's a perfect fit. I need any Vaseline. That sucker ain't coming off. My first bird banded this year, 2021. 68.51. Out of what I think is going to be my best pairing. So we'll see how it goes. So right now, I'm going to put her back, or him back. And 68.51, she's feisty, is now going to go in my book that's torn to shreds. In my book, doesn't really matter what I put it in, it's just a piece of paper. I'm going to start here and just start listing the parents, their numbers, and 68.51. And the date, today's date, and that way I'll at least have an idea of when they were born. Actually, honestly, at this point I forget when all these birds were born, but if they're banded and the band sticks, I know they're at least 5 to 10 days old. So that's what my judgment. And then after 25 days, I think it is, or 20 days, I'm gonna wean them off in the racing loft. So yeah, busy day, let's get to it. Alright, so I got 4 birds banded and a couple pairs that aren't quite ready yet. I could probably put them on, like down here. I could probably put those on, but I don't really feel like playing that whole game. It's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. I'm probably gonna have off Monday because of snow. So I got 2 more days in here that I can come out and band them and know for sure that the bands aren't going to be torn off by the parents and play that whole game. But I might throw some plastic up on the racing loft since babies are banded, and in 20 days or so they're going to be going over there, and I want it to be nice and toasty and warm and all set up. So I got that going on today. My girls are asleep, the house is cleaned. My wife should be home soon from, she does photography, she'll be home from her shoot soon. And hopefully I can get some things done around here. Maybe bring some birds to Godax for tomorrow. One of my friends told me to put a nest bowl out where this girl right here, this is Maria. I don't know if I told you guys a story about Maria, but Maria was a house pigeon. She was my father-in-law's, and my sister-in-law, when my father-in-law passed away, my sister-in-law took him because he would just come to her in the coop, she would come to her in the coop and just sit on her shoulder. I mean, she's a very friendly pigeon, and she used to keep her in her house as like a house pet. And then she is moving and has some things going on in her life, so she gave Maria to me, and I brought her in here, and sure enough, she made it up with this fellow, who is also a dark check. So their youngsters will probably be very dark as well. They're both pearl eyes, which I'm not crazy about. They're about the same size. This bird's a 2020 youngster that I raced, and he did well. No complaints. I mean, he was never first, but he was always consistent and showed up. She's beautiful. When I was given her, I mean, you can imagine they're pretty clean people, and to have a pigeon in their house, it sounds strange and sounds dirty. When I got this pigeon, it was the cleanest pigeon I have ever seen in my life. The pigeon had like daily baths and lavender baths, and was super clean, and the coop that they kept her in was always clean. After being here in this coop for a while, she has kind of wound up as one of my racing pigeons, and not to say they're not clean, they're just not as clean as you and me. But yeah, when I was given her, I mean, her feathering and everything was just magnificent. Perfectly well kept. So she's definitely a healthy bird, a beautiful bird. She does like to sit on my shoulder. I'm glad she's finally mating up, because this way I could probably breed some out of her and see how she does. I know I'll be giving her back soon when they find their house and can build a loft or whatever they have for her, and don't need me to take care of her. But until then, we'll see. She does tend to coo at people, almost like a cockbird would. Also, when they had her, she was alone, so she really bonded with my sister-in-law, and that was, you know, birds need bonding and friends, and she was just laying eggs consistently. So, you know, just infertile eggs like a chicken. So now she's here, and anyway, so my friend told me to put, wherever she was sitting, to put a bowl. And I've done that before, and I didn't have any luck with it, so I figured I'd try it again. And I noticed she did lay an egg here. I believe she laid an egg here. So hopefully now she'll lay an egg right there, where I put that bowl. But we'll see. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I'm not out here 24/7. This is not a full-time job for me. This is just a hobby that I really, really enjoy and I really want to be good at. But, you know, family comes first, and you know, my time is limited. So, and I have a lot of birds. I mean, to be putting my money on a bird that hasn't really flown or been proven is not always worth my time. So I kind of just want to see what happens with her, see how she does. This cockbird is so old. This bird right here, I believe, I should probably catch him and double check. I believe he's an 05. This is a 2012. He's an old cockbird as well. So these are all from my father-in-law. Here's another one. He's a 2016, and he's got a big growth inside underneath by his breast. He's made it up with a hen right now, but he was raced. You see he's got a racing band on him still, but he was raced by my father-in-law. He did okay, nothing amazing. This bird bred me, I didn't even mean to, but he bred me a pretty good bird last year. I'm not a fan of him. I feel like he's too big. He's got a big fan tail, but you know, my father-in-law kept him around. See how it goes. But here's the 2005 bird, and oddly enough, you hold him and he still purrs. He still vibrates. You know, pretty sure he's infertile though, and no, I'm just keeping him around out of respect to my father-in-law. I mean, if he kept him as an 05, I could keep one more bird as an 05. Let him ride out his life here, where he belongs. What else we got? But yeah, I might bring some of these Godaks, like that blue bar there that I flew last year. He did well for me. He was actually out of that 2012 Cockbird. This guy right here is out of that bird that I just can't get on camera, but might bring him the Godaks. You know, this is a stock bird here that I kept right there. He's got 11 flights on him. He's out of one of my favorite birds from my father-in-law, but you know, I don't need to keep stock if they're here. If I have the father, do I need a son that's never raced? Probably not. The bird that made it up with Maria, his nest mate also flew well for me. I'll probably return that one as well. I'm gonna bring that to Godaks. I don't need any more birds that I'm not testing or flying. Beautiful bird, but I don't know. Not quite sure. I believe it's this one actually. I believe that's the bird that I would bring to Godaks. And that's the one that's made it up. I mean, if anyone was interested in this bird, I would give it to him for free. I mean, only getting $5 from Godaks. Or this bird as well. You know, he's 11 flights on each side, 1 pin tail. He's a nice looking bird, cockbird. I have a few birds in here. Nice little splash, checker splash white flight here. If anybody wanted that, I'd give him to somebody for free. He raced well for me last year. He was given to me and flew really well. I was kind of shocked. He's just not the type of bird that I handled him, and I didn't think he would be a winner, and he was. So, you know, looks aren't everything, as they say. So, a friend just told me don't judge a book by a cover. So, I mean, I guess that goes for him as well. I don't know, guys, but I don't mean to ramble on here and mumble, but let me get back to the grind and taking care of these birds, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, so my loft now has plastic on the sides. I really just threw it up as fast as I possibly could. And when you come inside, it already gives this different feel. No more wind, and the sun reflecting through it kind of warms you up. So it's pretty nice. See, I actually cut it so poorly that I missed a spot. I was just in a rush to throw it up. But yeah, I'm probably gonna, that plywood's just sitting there, that's not screwed in. This plywood is right here. I might take that down, just plastic the front, and maybe plastic the door and leave the top open. There is, you know, air can get through the top. Those are not sealed shut tightly. The whole back here is screened but open about 5 inches. And then if you come in here, there's some air getting through, and the back here there's light that can get through. I do have to put something to stabilize this. Like I said, I put this up in an hour. Nothing's really in tight, you know. I'm gonna put some perches in here, and when I put the perches in here, that's gonna just totally lock everything in place. Nice clean wood though, ready for some youngsters. And I think I'm gonna put Tractor Supply, Bandera Loft uses it, but it's the wood pellets. I think Adrian used to use it, but just little pellets of hardwood. I'm gonna fill this all up, not too deep of a litter, but a little bit of a litter, and put my youngsters in here. And probably for the race season, I'll use a litter, just so I don't have to clean it. It's only for 2 months, you know, 3 months that they're racing, and it's $5 for a 40-pound bag, which I'm hoping a 40-pound bag will fill up this whole area. If not, 2 bags, $10, and a bunch of perches. I want to put enough for about 30 birds in this little 4x6 area, maybe 35 birds. And then in here, it's a lot taller. It's 6 feet tall, and that's 4x6 as well. I'm looking to put about 40 perches in there. And altogether, that's about 75 birds. I might throw some extra perches in here. I think I have the room for more. I know it's tight, I know it's small, but that's what racing's all about, you know. You don't give them a lot of space. You train them hard, and whatever sticks around, sticks around. And then I'll hopefully only be left with about 50 birds to train with, maybe 75. I'm probably going to breed about 80 to 90 birds, it looks like. I already have 12 youngsters and a few more on the way. I don't know if they're all going to make it, if they're all going to be, if anything's going to be wrong with any of them, but 12 youngsters now. I'll go another round with 14 pairs. That's another 30 birds. I have 7 pairs that I'm looking to get birds out of, maybe 2 rounds out of, so that's another 28 birds. So we shall see. But that's it, guys. Quick update. I hope everyone's having a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.